Yep. Run! This is the part where you run away.
Yeah. Baby's coming, guys. Baby's coming across the road.
Oop. Yeah, I'm getting in the car now. I'm gonna shut this real quick.
That doesn't even look like a baby. This is, well, I mean, it's like a year old.
Whoa!
It's big. Oh gosh, we got her scared. We're sorry.
Bye. What's up? Hi. So we are here at a couple of cabins just south of Estes Park at Colorado for my family reunion, which we're having this week, and we are right across the road from Longs Peak, which is a fantastic view. But we are staying in the primitive miner's cabin that was built in the 1880s, and we're going to show you around. Primitive door too. I think we have the coolest cabin because it's really old, it's really primitive, and it has lots of cool different textures and artifacts from a long time ago. So we're gonna check it out. So right here we've got our wood-fired stove, and if you need to cook anything in the Dutch oven, we've got one right here for you. But this can provide heat or provide cooking power, but we have a modern kitchen in one of the other cabins, so I think we're gonna use that a little more. Back here we have a cool dresser and a cool chest right next to the cat's litter box, which we've got here for the moment. We got a pretty comfortable bed actually. It's pretty soft. I think it'll be nice to sleep on. Really nice textured tin roof, and I'm just hoping that I don't hit my head on any of these the entire time we're here. And then in here, which I do have to duck for, is the bathroom. Nothing too special in here. We've got a short tub that we can use for cleaning. We don't have a shower, but the other cabins do have a shower that we can use. Nice sink and mirror set up in the toilet here. And it keeps getting cooler out this bathroom door right here, which goes outside. So out back here we actually have another area that's a little covered porch. We're not going to be using this because, as you can see, you can't even see me right now. We've got a small smoker out here, and this little box right here, which is made of mostly concrete. I think it's some sort of type of primitive oven. I'm not really sure about that. Really interesting looking. This cabin has a lot of interesting quirks that we're going to discover over the next few days, and it's a really interesting building overall. I'm really glad we get to sleep here. About 5 miles into Longs Peak hike and the sun is coming up. And we're headed up more.
Can't look at it now. We'll look up there. Right past Chris.
Down there you can see the bathrooms at the bottom of Boulder Field. And it already feels like we've gone pretty far up, but there's still so much more to go. It's so far away. Good morning. It's It's 8 o'clock. And we're at the top of the keyhole. Check out where we're at. Look at what's on the other fucking side. Holy shit. This is insane. And you see those people out there? That's where we're going. Holy crap.
Alright. Yeah, this is it.
This is the bottom of the trough. Nicholas. And this is where we're going. Up, way up there. Here's the summit, and it is massive. So I finally made it to the summit of Longs Peak, and it's already 12:30. It's a long time to get up here, and we're gonna get down as fast as we can safely. I'm gonna try to get you some video on the way down that I didn't have time to get on the way up, because this is one of those things that I don't know if I'm ever gonna do it again. So we'll enjoy it while we can. And that was the last video I shot on Longs Peak. Shortly into our descent, one of our group members started feeling ill and was suffering from altitude sickness, preventing us from hiking any further due to risk of injury or falling. We found a spot near the bottom of a section called the homestretch where we could stop and assess the situation, but ultimately we ended up using our Garmin InReach to call for emergency assistance. This also meant turning off any unnecessary electronics so we could save battery in the event that we might need them later. I probably could have kept recording with the camera, but honestly I wasn't motivated and it didn't feel appropriate for the situation. The important thing was to focus on finding a safe exit from the situation. With symptoms not improving, we were forced to hunker down and wait for the rescue team to hike more than 7 miles and a mile in elevation gain to get to our location. As we waited, we encountered hail, rain, and nearby lightning, during which we used our rain gear in an attempt to stay as dry as possible and used the nearby rocks as a semi-shelter. As temperatures cooled, we kept adding more layers and huddled under the emergency blanket, and about 6 or 7 hours after we made the emergency call, the rescue team arrived. Since 2 of us were feeling okay, we were asked to go ahead and hike down to the trailhead, leaving the 3rd in the care of the emergency rescue team, and thus began our descent as fast as safely possible in an attempt to get through the toughest sections of the trail before darkness fell. Eventually we arrived at the trailhead 24 hours after we had begun hiking the previous day, while the 3rd slept near the keyhole overnight and descended with the rescue team the next morning. A few important thoughts to point out. First, we would have been in a much worse or dire position if we were not so prepared. Both Chris and John had hiked Longs Peak before, and with their experience and my Boy Scout knowledge, we packed lots of spare gear and emergency supplies, which significantly improved our position. Second, even though we had been living and hiking at elevation for 3 weeks at that point, altitude sickness still hit hard. If you are hiking at altitude, listen to your body and don't be afraid to turn around if you're not feeling well. The best way to reduce symptoms of altitude sickness is to descend altitude. Lastly, a big thanks to the rescue team that was able to hike up, take care of us, and get us out of a dangerous situation safely. This is a weird end to a trip, and I won't be hiking any mountains soon, but I'm sure I'll be back out there before you know it. Alright, I carried this all the way up Longs Peak, but considering what all happened, I didn't get to drink it while I was up there, but here we go. Sasquatch, you little butt munch.